Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Good morning, afternoon slash, I don't know, brunch time. I am going to hang on just for a minute to make sure everyone who is wanting to hop on actually gets the opportunity to do that. Give me a thumbs up if you're listening and you can hear me okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I am hanging out at the library today, and they told me I still had to wear my mask in this little room, so hopefully I don't get in trouble or kicked out during our little meeting. But anyways, I'm so glad you guys are here. If you want me to see you, you can click the little start video down at the bottom. If you don't, that's okay. Just keep your sound muted if it isn't already, just for background noise purposes. And then if you guys have any questions at the end, I will be happy to answer those. I am so happy that you are here and just excited to share some of my top tips for you guys today, just to start making some changes in your nutrition, in your health. First of all, as we're waiting for people to hop on, I would love for you guys to comment in the chat feature and tell me where you are calling in from. I have a feeling there's going to be people from all over the United States joining me today, which is so cool. I love the power of social media for that aspect. So Dallas, Texas. Okay. And I am going to ask you guys, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Anybody who's wanting to, California, Ohio, Texas, love it. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want you guys to tell me. You can say yes or no, but I'm gonna ask you a question. Tell me, do you all believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Is that true? Is that false? Yes or no? Put that in the comments here. Use that chat feature. Tell me where you're calling in from, and true or false if you believe breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Grand Forks, North Dakota, welcome. Georgetown, Kentucky, originally from Bardstown. Yeah, really close to me. Awesome. Awesome. False? No. False? No. Okay. So you guys are probably catching on here. Awesome. Proctorville, Ohio. Welcome, Sally. Okay. New York, Buffalo, New York. Love it. Vail, Colorado. Oh my gosh, I love Vail. Love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have recorded this for those of you all who, if you need to hop off at any point and jump back in and watch the recording, I'm going to email that out to you guys. But anyways, I'm just so excited that you're here. I love to teach. That is my passion. I love to educate, and I just want you guys to have a couple of tools in your tool belt to just start feeling better and maybe lose that extra fluff that we've all kind of picked up over the last 6 months of quarantine. So anyways, let me introduce myself really quickly. My name is Lauren. I am a certified premier faster way to fat loss coach. That's what I do full time. I have 3 little boys at home, 2 of which are going to start school next week, hopefully in person. So praise the Lord for that. I have been married to my husband, David, for about 11 years now. And I think maybe it's 12 this year. Yeah, it will be 12. We live on a farm in a very small town in central Kentucky. So we are in the middle of nowhere. And for the most part, that's pretty glorious. But anyways, again, thank goodness for social media, because that's how I run my business and how I'm able to connect with so many people across the world, even though I'm in such a small place. So today I want to teach you all 5 things that you can start doing right now to drop that extra fluff and start feeling better immediately. So who is excited about that? If you're ready to drop that quarantine 15 that most of us have gained. If you are ready to start gaining energy, start sleeping better, finally start making progress towards your weight loss goals, in addition to that, you guys are in the right place. If you feel like you're doing all the right things, but you are just beating your head against the wall because nothing seems to be working, nothing is moving, you're also in the right place. And if you feel confused and just frustrated in not knowing where to start because there's just so much information out there, so much confusion in the marketplace. What should I be doing? I should be doing this, but someone else is telling me, no, you should be doing something else. It's so confusing. If you just feel lost and confused, you're also in the right place. And one more thing, if you have been told that eating less and working out more is the only solution for weight loss, I'm here to tell you that you're in the right place because there is another way. All right, so you guys, if you are hopping on late, I would love for you guys to tell me where you're from. I'm just checking in to see if anyone else, you did well in my question. No one believes that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I think this is a breakthrough moment. I'm so excited to hear that. Prospect, Kentucky, Seattle. Welcome, Stephanie from Seattle. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So you guys are definitely, you got one thing right. Breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. And I'm going to get to that here in a little bit. But anyways, I'm going to tell you these 5 quick changes that you can make to see results quickly, but also not run yourself out of hormones or tank your energy levels in the process. So I hope you have a little pen and paper out. You can take some notes here. Let's be clear on one thing, though. There is so much more at stake here than just your waistline. If you don't commit to a healthier lifestyle today, there's going to be consequences so far beyond your genes just not fitting, okay? It's not normal to be chronically fatigued or constantly feel bloated. It's not normal to not sleep well. And it's not okay to simply accept those things along with being overweight as just a part of getting older. How many people are here saying, I'm just at that age where, I just can't lose the weight. I'm just going to carry more belly fat. I am just a really busy mom and I have so many kids and it's just normal for me to be exhausted all the time. Is that you? Am I speaking to you? It's not okay to feel that way because it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm a walking, billboard for that exhausted mom feeling like that was just the way it was meant to be or is supposed to be. And 2, heart disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, all of these things, these chronic illnesses are on the rise along with our increasing waistline. So we have bigger problems to solve here than the quarantine 15, but I'm going to tell you, both of those things go hand in hand. Not only are you going to be able to lose the weight because we all want to look good and feel good, but we're also going to be able to kind of eliminate and address some of those bigger concerns, bigger problems that we have. So like I said, I've experienced this firsthand, going from feeling completely exhausted, low confidence, a terrible mood all the time, just because I thought that was normal. I have 3 boys. I'm not supposed to be energized. I'm supposed to be an exhausted mom. And I didn't understand that wasn't normal until I found a solution, until I started fueling my body with the right types of foods at the right times for the right reasons. Now I have more energy than I know what to do with. And I'm sorry that tends to translate to me talking too much, but I'm going to try to keep this under wraps here. Okay. But I feel happy. I'm no longer that, angry, tired, exhausted mom with zero confidence anymore. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching men and women how to create a sustainable lifestyle that will ultimately lead you all to becoming happier and healthier versions of yourselves. I know that is possible because I've been there, I've done it, and I've lived through it. I've lived through feeling exhausted and depleted to feeling really fulfilled and energized. So I know there's a solution for that. And it doesn't matter what age you are or what stage of life you're in. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay. So here's what you can do right now to start making positive changes in your health and as a side effect, drop that stubborn weight. Okay. Number one, you need to start eating the right types of foods. Ditch the crappy fats, okay, and the processed foods. We need to focus on whole food nutrition. We are overfed and undernourished. We need to eat healthier. What we eat matters because food is medicine, you guys. It's so important. Maybe up until now, you've been overwhelmed with the idea of eating healthy. I get that. I saw a comment the other day that just broke my heart because I know so many people out there feel this way. Someone said, I don't have the money. I can't spend hundreds of dollars on diet food. Okay, that is a problem. Thinking that diet food is the same thing as just eating healthy, that's a problem. And thinking that you have to spend hundreds of dollars to eat healthy, that breaks my heart, you guys. It breaks my heart. So I need you guys to think outside of the box, and I need you to break up with that myth right now. Also, thinking that you're eating healthy, and maybe you're not. Maybe because of labels and marketing and all of this fancy, these fancy labels on things can be so deceiving. You think you're eating healthy when maybe you are eating more processed foods or more unhealthy, crappy fats than you realize. And we just need to dial it in and really focus on simply fueling our bodies with whole foods. It's the best way that we can nourish our bodies. Okay. So the easiest way to put this, if it has a mother or comes from the ground, it's fair game. That's what whole food nutrition is. Plain and simple, easy peasy. Okay. Whole foods are easily pronounced. They've not been modified or processed. There's no additional ingredients, chemicals, sugars, additives. They're just whole. An apple is an apple, right? So whole foods generally have more micronutrients than processed foods, meaning that you're not only getting the protein and the carbs and the fats that you need, but you're also getting the other essential nutrients like vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, those things that we need in small amounts, but we need. They're a necessity, okay? So when you're eating lots of processed foods, you're not getting that. You're not getting those micronutrients, and that's why we don't feel good. You can eat all the processed foods you want and still, if you're tracking your calories or your macro goals, you'll still stay within your goals, but that's not nearly as healthy as filling those goals with whole foods. Okay, you're missing out on those micronutrients. So here's what I want you to do. Number one, start shopping the outside aisles of the grocery store. If you pick up a box, if you go to the center aisles and you pick up a box of food and you can't pronounce the ingredients on the nutrition label, if there's a laundry list of things that you can't pronounce, put it back on the shelf, okay? Keep it simple. Don't overthink this. Like I said, if it comes from the mother, if it comes from the ground or has a mother, it's fair game. Lean proteins, chicken, turkey, beef, fish, tons of vegetables, and healthy complex carbs. We'll talk about carbs here in a second, but potatoes, rice, beans, fruit, oats. Carbs are not the enemy, you guys, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second, but that is what whole food nutrition is. If you need snack ideas, nuts, seeds, hard-boiled eggs, tuna, those you can get fun and make some protein balls or some fat bombs with your kiddos, or have a fun acai bowl. Vegetables with hummus and guacamole, oatmeal, yogurt. You do not have to limit yourself. There's so many options out there, and eating healthy does not mean eating expensive foods, okay? You don't have to buy organic if you can't afford organic. You just need to eat cleaner than what we are doing now, okay? And you don't have to order fancy meal services or try to do fancy recipes that call for these ingredients that you normally wouldn't have in your cabinet, or those kinds of things. You can actually save money while eating whole foods or eating clean, because you're not eating fast food every day. You're not grabbing that fancy Starbucks coffee every morning. You're not buying packaged meals. And I'm telling you, when I say clean, it doesn't have to be fancy. My meals are so simple. It's a protein. We grill chicken. We add in a side of broccoli, and then we have a potato. That's it. It's cheap. It's not fancy. It doesn't take any time at all in the kitchen to make, and it's whole foods, and that's all we need. Okay. So when I say ditch the crappy fats, what does that mean? We're talking trans fats, unhealthy fats like vegetable oil, canola oil, margarine, shortening. If you're using those types of fats to cook, throw it away. Those are the refined oils, the hydrogenated oils, and that's what's causing inflammation and chronic disease, okay? What we want to focus on are healthy fats that are naturally occurring in whole foods. So instead of using those crappy fats, we're going to look at avocados, nuts, seeds. We can do eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein and fat. Replace all those oils with avocado oil or olive oil. Coconut oil is fantastic. Ghee is a great one. Grass-fed butter. Those are all naturally occurring healthy fats. They come from whole foods, okay? They're not lab created. They're not man-made. They're not refined. They're not going to cause inflammation and chronic disease, which is the most important thing. So if you are cooking with, I can't believe it's not butter, let's try to replace that with a healthier option that's still going to taste just as good, I promise. Kerrygold butter, ghee, olive oil, coconut oil, those things. Processed foods. Okay, let's talk about processed foods. Maybe you are eating what you think is a whole foods based diet, but you've allowed yourself to kind of go to those easy grab bars or shakes or 100-calorie packs or gluten-free products. Maybe you've allowed a little bit too much of all those things back in. Those are processed foods, even though, you know, they're a healthier option. Read the labels and really try to focus on eating those, you know, whole foods rather than replacing with the processed foods. Now, gluten-free products are great in it every once in a while, but when you are eating those often, you have to think about, number one, they're processed. Okay, they're on the shelf. They're meant to stay there for a long time. And number two, when you remove things like gluten from a product, you have to replace it with something else, usually sugar or salt, which is going to bind the product together. So when you think about gluten, product, things that have gluten, it's like bread or pasta. Those have gluten is what keeps that product together. So instead of putting gluten in that product, they have to replace it with something like sugar, which, you know, we're trying to eliminate in moderation. Okay, carbs. Carbs are not the enemy, you guys. You can eat carbs and still lose weight, okay? Carbs are good for you. You need them. But it's the kinds of carbs that matters, and it's managing your carbohydrate intake, managing it. That's the important part here. There's two scenarios that I see. Number one, most Americans are eating way too many carbs because we're eating all the processed foods. We're eating all the McDonald's cheeseburgers. And I'm talking, people are eating 400, 500 grams of carbohydrates a day, which is way too much. Way too much. This is leading to a rise in diabetes. We're seeing insulin resistance. And you know what insulin resistance leads to? Obesity. You don't need that many carbs. In fact, if you're a middle-aged woman, you definitely don't need to be eating that many carbs, okay? When you get older, you become a little more sensitive to carbs, and that's why you're hanging on to belly fat. In fact, you know, you might need to eat less than what a younger person would eat as far as carbs. Now, that doesn't mean that I want you to eliminate carbs. I'll talk about that in a second, but keto lifestyle, completely eliminating an entire micronutrient, is not the answer either. So that's the second scenario that I see, is people going towards this keto lifestyle where they completely eliminate carbs. Short term, okay, it's all right. Long term, you're running yourself out of hormones and it's not sustainable. So what do you need to do? You need to manage your carbohydrate intake. Meet me in the middle here, guys. I don't want you consuming 500 grams of carbohydrates, and I don't want you completely eliminating them either. So if you're eating whole foods, complex carbohydrates, you're getting the best of both worlds. Whole foods, complex carbohydrates, meaning, like I said earlier, fruits, potatoes, rice, beans, quinoa. Those are wonderful carbohydrates. You're getting the benefits of protecting your metabolism, protecting your hormones, but also, not the negative effects that come from eating those processed carbohydrates. And if you're eating whole foods, you're going to have a really hard time eating 400 or 500 grams of carbs. It's going to be quite impossible. So two different scenarios there. Let's meet in the middle. Let's manage our carbohydrate intake by focusing on how many carbs we're eating, but also the types of carbs we're eating. So just throwing it out there to you, if you guys want to start, tracking what you're eating, maybe you need to download the MyFitnessPal app and just start playing around with it, logging what you're eating, and seeing what that translates to. A lot of times you'll be surprised. I'm way under where I should be with my protein, or I am eating way too many carbs, that kind of thing. So it's just an eye-opening experience to log your food and see what that actually translates to in the form of carbohydrates or proteins. That's what we call macronutrients, which I'm not going to get into today. Okay. Let's see, the app is amazing and really eye-opening, also easy to use. Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you for sharing that. It is so easy, and it's just a great tool for learning how to fuel your body with the right amounts of foods. So the next thing is, I might lose a few of you here, is alcohol. Alcohol. Okay, now we need to dial it in, and you guys are not going to be friends with me anymore, but I'm sorry, you got to limit the exposure time. When you were younger, in your 20s, girl, you could drink every day and not gain 10 pounds. Okay, but as you get older, you're not going to be that lucky. You need to dial in your alcohol consumption. Alcohol contributes to that stubborn belly fat. It prevents fat metabolism. And here is why. I'm going to tell you a little science here. Okay, so when you consume an alcoholic beverage, it's going to take, it could take up to 10 hours for your body to process that standard drink, just one drink, okay? It's different for everyone. Everyone's metabolism is different, but your body prioritizes alcohol metabolism over anything else happening in your body. It sees it as a foreign object. It goes in, it attacks it. There's no nutrients. It's just empty calories, and your fat metabolism will be paused when your body is prioritizing alcohol metabolism. So do I mean that you can't ever enjoy alcohol? 100% no, absolutely not. I would never ever say you can't drink alcohol because, gosh, it's quarantine and we need it, right? Our kids are home all the time. So should you drink every day when you're trying to lose weight? Probably not, okay? So here is what you need to do. We need to limit our exposure. Instead of drinking 1 to 2 glasses of wine every night, maybe you back that down to just a couple nights a week. Or maybe we just limit our alcohol to the weekends, or even better, treat yourself to an alcoholic beverage on Saturdays, okay? You can still go out, enjoy your social events when people are drinking around you and not drink. I promise you, it's okay. People are not going to look at you any differently. You can find a fun mocktail to carry around and sip on if you don't want people asking questions, or, just if you're missing that fun little drink throughout the week, make a fun little mocktail. When you do drink, though, make sure that you are using low-calorie mixers. That's where you get most of the calories. That's where you really pack it on, is through the mixers. So instead of using like a soda or a juice, maybe you use soda water, sparkling water with has a flavor, or you use some lemons or limes. I love to do like tequila with soda and just like 2 or 3 limes. And that way you're keeping it low calorie. Or I love the high noons. Those are really good. Let me see what I've got over here. Yes, MyFitnessPal is an app. I heard someone say the other day that not tracking food is like paying bills and not tracking your budget. However, once you learn, you don't have to track. Yes, girl, we can be friends. That is so darn true. I love that. I'm gonna have to steal that. It's so true. And what tracking does is it leads to food freedom, and it leads to learning how to eat intuitively. It is just an educational tool. Like you said, it's not forever, but it's so helpful. Good one. Thank you. Okay. Next thing, number 3 is stop eating 6 small meals a day. Okay. We're going to go back to the question of, is breakfast the most important meal of the day? And you guys are right. So I guess you guys don't need this training as much as I thought you did. We've been taught that eating 6 small meals a day revs up your metabolism. It helps you lose weight. There's no evidence or research out there that actually supports that concept. Okay. The idea that eating more frequent, smaller meals increases your metabolic rate is a myth. So, most people, we have been taught by big box cereal companies. Our kids learn this on TV, through advertising, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And that's just not true, which you guys know, and I'm so glad you do. But if you wake up hungry in the morning, you can eat. Don't starve yourself. But if you're like most people, you don't need to wake up and eat immediately. You aren't hungry. In fact, if you are hungry, why don't you try drinking a glass of water when you first wake up in the morning and see how that goes? Because the signal that tells your brain that you're hungry is the same signal that says I'm thirsty. So try drinking a glass of water and see, maybe that hunger pain will subside and you can go a couple of hours without actually needing to eat. So have your water, drink a cup of coffee, tea, and just wait until your body says, all right, it's time to eat. Okay. Most likely you're not hungry as soon as you wake up. You've just been eating because you thought that was what you were supposed to do. And also, most likely, when you stop eating breakfast because you just thought you were supposed to, you're not going to overeat anymore. So timing matters a lot, actually. The goal with what we're trying to do in order to lose weight is to use up the energy that we take in. So we want to put it to use instead of storing it. Eating every 1 to 2 hours is not necessary. In fact, the more you eat, every time you eat food, your insulin, you secrete insulin. Okay. So that's the fat storing hormone. And when insulin is high, it prevents your body from being able to take stored body fat and use it for energy. Glucose and glycogen, that's what carbohydrates are transferred to, broken down to in the body. That's our first primary fuel source when our bodies are in motion. We want to burn glucose or glycogen as fuel. So if you are eating 6 small meals a day, constantly reintroducing the glucose glycogen, you're never fully burning through it and allowing your body to tap into the fat stores. It's just not going to happen. You're going to constantly be burning off that glucose or glycogen. So in a fasted state, when you have burned through your last meal, maybe 8 to up to 12 hours after your last meal, in that fasted state, your insulin is really low. And so you're able to then tap into your fat stores to use that stored fat as energy. So let's do this. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to try skipping breakfast and see how that goes. Okay. This is called intermittent fasting, essentially, and it's one of the key elements of the faster way. Not only does it work in accelerating fat loss, there's tons of other health benefits. I'm not going to get into it today, but intermittent fasting is incredibly successful in both fat loss and also increasing your immunity, energy levels, your brain fog is eliminated. There's so many things, but anyways, just try skipping breakfast and eating just nutrient-dense whole food meals when you're hungry. That leads me to my next point. Number 4, stop the mindless eating. Okay, today, let's focus on eating when we actually feel hungry. We want to eat with purpose as opposed to just eating because we're bored or we're stressed. So emotional eating is a real struggle. I totally get it, and it's a tough thing. But food is medicine, and it's a fuel source, and it's meant to be used to give us energy and provide us with what we need, but not to be used as a crutch. So what you need to do is to try to change your mindset, and this is progress over perfection. It doesn't have to be today you just wake up and you're like, oh, I'm cured of not wanting to go to the pantry and eat Oreos when I'm sad. But try working on your mindset. Let's go from living to eat to eating to live. When you're stressed, do something that you enjoy, like taking a hot bubble bath and reading a good book, or going to get your nails done, or taking a long walk, or watching a show on Netflix. Just something else that doesn't revolve around food to comfort your emotions. Okay. Next thing, number 5, is be consistent. I am all about consistency, balance, and sustainability. Okay. Perfection is not on that list. It's not required. But so many people have that all or nothing mentality. You've got to figure out how to have balance and consistency in your life so that you can enjoy what you love and also make progress towards your goals and feel good. Okay. It's never about taking something away. I'm never going to say, you can't have this or you can't do this. No, 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 no. We're going to work on balance. That 80-20 rule, it works. Do good 80% of the time, the other 20%, enjoy your life, okay? It's meant to be sustainable, enjoyable, and it's just simply not necessary to have that all or nothing mentality. Now, on the other hand, same thing with being consistent. You can't stay on point throughout the week and then go crap it out on the weekends, okay? You can't make up for that 4,000 extra calories on the weekends by eating good through the week. It cancels each other out. So again, moderation is key, not deprivation. Moderation, consistency, balance, those things really matter in creating a sustainable lifestyle that's going to help you lose weight and feel good, but not ever feel deprived. All right. So here's what you can do. Let's think about, instead of going just completely bonkers on the weekends, we just balance that out. We manage, incorporating some treats. Maybe you have Saturdays as your treat day, enjoy your treats, and then you let it go. And that way you're never feeling deprived, but you're also getting that good piece of cake or whatever it is that you love. That's going to satisfy, that craving. Okay. Number 1, can't count, and number 2, couldn't decide what was more important of the 7 things that I had planned. So instead of 5 things, I'm going to give you 2 more things that you can do right now, and they're going to be quick, I promise. So bonus number 1 is assess your activity level. Sitting, you guys, is the new smoking, okay? If you sit all day long, we got problems. We need to assess our current activity level. We need to figure out how many steps we're getting a day, and we need to commit to moving our bodies more. Maybe that looks like you set up a step goal and you work your way up to that. If you realize that you're only getting 4,000 steps a day, let's make it 5. Let's work towards 10 over time. Let's just simply commit to moving our bodies more. Maybe you go crush a 1-hour workout at the gym every day, but then you sit on your tushy the rest of the day. That doesn't work either. You're getting great benefits from that workout, but you also need to be moving your body more throughout the day. A couple other things when you assess your activity level. Are you doing cardio and no weight training? Well, cardio is good for some things, but weight training is extremely important. So maybe you look at what your exercise is right now, and you start changing things up, incorporating weight training so that we can build lean muscle and increase our metabolism. Super important. And then the last thing when you assess your activity level is, are you overtraining? Are you working out hours and hours in the gym and eating 1,200 calories a day? You're running yourself out of hormones. You're not able to build new lean muscle. You're exhausted and you're not seeing any weight loss. Why? Because your body is focused on survival mode. It's focused on those hormones that are all out of whack. You ran yourself out of hormones. There's adrenal fatigue. There's so many issues that can happen there, and it's not necessary. So there's got to be a balance between under training and overtraining, and just making sure that you are fueling your body right, but also at the same time not overdoing it. Okay. Last thing that you can do right now to start seeing changes is to drink more water. It's so important that you consume at least half of your body weight in ounces of water every single day. staying hydrated is one of the most simple things that you can do to have a huge impact on your health. This is something that I stress through the Faster Way, but it does so many amazing things to our body, for our body. It flushes out toxins, so it kind of helps our bodies detox, especially from those processed foods that we've been eating, prevents headaches, it boosts your immune system, increases your energy, it helps with digestion, and so many more things. But all I want you to do is simply commit to starting to drink more water today. So stay hydrated, and that's going to help you with all of the other things that I have suggested today. All right, guys. So I hope that you all found these tips helpful, and I hope that you guys are ready to take action. I hope you wrote it down. You're ready to do something. Remember, you don't have to do all of these things right this moment, okay? You don't have to look at all of these tips I gave you and think, oh my gosh, I have to do all this right now. I just want you guys to do something. Just start with one thing at a time. This is not a marathon. No, this is a marathon, not a sprint, okay? It takes time to really develop that lifestyle, that sustainable, healthy lifestyle. Now, if you're ready to make changes and you feel like you need a solid plan, you need structure, you need guidance, who needs that? I need somebody to tell me exactly what to do, when to do it. I just need to show up and have people tell me what to do, right? That is me. If you need daily accountability and community to help you succeed, to help you get to where you really want to be, I would love, love, love to invite you guys to my next round of the Faster Way. It starts on Monday, August 13th. I only run rounds a couple times a month. Most of the time it's just once a month. So this is your opportunity. If you're like, okay, it's time for a change. I need to feel better. I want to feel better. I need somebody to tell me how to do that. This is it. This is your opportunity to learn more about why it's important to eat whole foods. What foods do I need to eat? When should I be eating those? You're going to learn that along with other cutting edge strategies that make the Faster Way the #1 digital nutrition and fitness program in America. That's right. So I'm going to teach you all of those things. Education is my jam. I am so passionate about helping you guys feel confident in your health and wellness journey and giving you those tools that you really need to create that sustainable lifestyle. I also know that if you're going to be successful, you need an accountability partner. People who have an accountability buddy are 85 to 95% more likely to accomplish their goals. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need community. That's why you need the Faster Way. So here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the link in the comments here in the chat feature. I'm going to look that up really quickly. That is the link that you need to register for the next round. Let me post that here. And okay, there you go. And you can get registered all signed up to start on Monday. Also, what I'm going to do is if you are registering today, I'm going to enter you guys into a drawing for a free round of the Faster Way, which means I'm just going to reimburse you for the $199. But you know what I mean. You're going to get the 6-week experience for free. So anybody that registers today after listening to this training, you guys are going to have the opportunity to possibly get your round for free. Yay. Also, I have a coupon code that I'm going to share with you guys so you can invite your friend or your accountability partner. I'm going to be your accountability partner for sure. But if you guys want to take it next level, I want you to invite a friend, your mom, your sister, your grandma, whoever, to do this with you. So I'm going to leave a code here that you can give to your partner. It's Success Partner. So what you need to do is you need to give that to them, and when they sign up with my link, they'll get the program for half off. Now, what does that mean for you? That means you guys need to be like, hey buddy, when you sign up, we're going to get your program for half off. So let's split the cost and it's going to be cheaper for both of you. Okay. That's what I would do. That's my opinion. And I always do better when I have somebody to link arms with. So I would love for you guys to grab a partner, join me on the 24th. And I'm just super excited to work with you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. You guys rock. And I appreciate you all taking the time to listen. I hope you learned today. I hope that it was good stuff. You've got tools in your tool belt now to really get started in rock and roll. Okay, I'm going to look over here and see if I have any questions, and then I will let you go. Thank you all. Okay, do you still do leg days on Saturdays? Yes, sometimes I do. I do not have one planned currently, but I will definitely announce when my next one will be. It's hard with baseball season. I'm in week 3 of current faster way cycle, and it's amazing. I actually already see physical changes in the mirror. Yes, I knew you would. It couldn't be easier to follow. And Lauren, you're an awesome teacher. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I love to do. So thank you. Let's see, I should have waited up until today. I'm already signed up for the next round. I can throw you guys into the drawing if you're already signed up. Okay. Let's see, Lori, yay, thank you for the offer. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Love you guys. Lauren is a great coach. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys are sweet. This is a fantastic program, and I tell my husband all the time about what Coach Lauren says. He probably doesn't love Coach Lauren. Oh, I'm so glad to have you back, Lori. Thank you. Also, I missed the first 5. Where can I find these 2? The first 5. Are you talking about the first 5 tips I had today? Because I'm going to email out the replay of this later on. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. You all have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to sign up so you'll be entered into the drawing, and bring your friend with the coupon code. Thanks, guys. Bye.